Hi, you guys. So I know I talked about in one of my introduction videos that you guys would be learning about different people in the government. Well, this week we will be looking at senators in the state of Alabama, and we're going to start with the basics of who some people are. And I thought I would share with you guys so that you could learn about what you need for the quiz that will be this coming Friday, August the 28th. Our first quiz will be on August the 28th. The next quiz will be on September the 4th. Okay, so I'm going to go over the information that's on those two quizzes, and I'll tell you at the end which part specifically you need to know. So, let me turn this around for you. All right, first, you need to know that there are 2 senators per state, no matter what. The Constitution mandates that there are 2 senators per state. Now, there are 50 states in the United States, therefore, we have 100 senators. They serve for 6 years. That is their term length, 6 years. Now, there are 3 classes of senators, and that basically is set up on purpose so that every 2 years, 1/3 of senators are being reelected. So the first class will be reelected in 2025. We just voted on them. And they will be up for re-election again in 2024. Class 2 will be re-elected in the upcoming election. They will begin their term in 2021. Class 3 will be re-elected in 2023. So who are the people who represent Alabama in the Senate? The first one is Richard Shelby. This R right here stands for Republican, and this D stands for Democrat. And that is how I'm going to denote Republicans and Democrats this entire semester. Richard Shelby is a Republican. He is Class 3, which means he will be reelected again in 2023. He originally was elected in 1987. Doug Jones is our other senator. He is a Democrat. He is Class 2. He was elected in 2018 to fill a vacant seat. Another one of the senators from the state of Alabama got a different job within the government, and so we elected him in 2018 to fill that seat. His seat is, because he is Class 2, he's Class 2, and he is up for re-election. We will vote on his seat in 2020 in November. So let's talk about the organization of the Senate. The president of the Senate is always the person who is the vice president of the United States. So currently, the vice president is Michael Pence. He presides over the Senate. He makes sure that people are following the rules, the order is being followed properly. He makes sure that debates are not too long, and things like that. And whoever the vice president is, whether it is somebody who's a Republican or a Democrat, it doesn't matter. That person will always preside over the Senate. That's the way that it's set up in the Constitution. The president pro tempore is Chuck Grassley. Now, the president pro tempore is an official within Congress, within the Senate. Their job is, we described it in class the other day, it's the backup quarterback, right? So he is the person who, when the vice president, when the president of the Senate is not able to be in session, then Chuck Grassley, the president pro tempore, would take over those duties for him or her. The majority party is whatever political party is currently in the majority. Currently in Congress, in the Senate, the majority is the Republican Party, and Mitch McConnell was elected as the majority leader. This person speaks for the party. The party chooses this one person to speak for the party. The majority whip is John T. I don't know how to properly pronounce his name. I apologize. He is the assistant floor leader. So just like the president pro tempore fills in when the president of the Senate cannot be there, the majority whip fills in when the majority leader cannot be there. The majority whip is important because they keep up with who's voting on what legislation, because there's lots of pieces of legislation going on, and they're important to know, okay, this person's voting this way and this person's voting this way. They have an very important job. So currently the minority in the Senate is the Democrats, as well as other political parties who, like third parties. They would be technically considered a minority because they do not have a majority. So the minority leader is the same as the majority leader. They're chosen by their party and they speak for their party on the floor. The current minority leader is Charles Schumer. He is a Democrat. Remember, the Democrats are currently the minority party. The minority whip is the same thing as the majority whip. They are the assistant floor leader. They keep up with legislation and they fill in when the minority leader is not present. The minority whip is Richard Durbin. So for this week, for August the 28th, the things that you need to know for your quiz are that Richard Shelby is a Republican, okay? And that Doug Jones is a Democrat, and that those two people are our senators for the state of Alabama. You also need to know that the president of the Senate is Michael Pence, and that his other job title is vice president. The president pro tempore is Chuck Grassley, and his job is to fill in when the president of the Senate is not present. For next week, for September the 4th, you will need to know, we might have a few review pieces from this last quiz. You need to know the majority leader and what his job is, which is to speak for the party. So you need to know that Mitch McConnell is a Republican and that he speaks for the Republican Party. John T. is also a Republican, and his job is to fill in when the majority leader is not there, and he keeps up with legislation. And the minority leader speaks for his party as well, and he's a Democrat, and his name is Charles Schumer. The minority whip keeps up with votes, and he fills in when the minority leader is not present, and his name is Richard Durbin. So remember, you have 2 quizzes coming up soon. You have one this coming Friday, the 28th, and then you have one on September the 4th. Please let me know if you have any questions, and I will answer those for you. Good luck studying, you guys.